For this project, we're going to focus on the design principle of typography. And typography basically just has to do with your letter forms and your word choice. On the left, you can see right here, we have a serif font. Serif fonts have these little decorative flourishes, whereas sans serif, sans means without, they do not have those decorative flourishes. So sort of think Times New Roman versus Arial or Helvetica. What you want to do is you want to match the typography choices in your design to the tone or concept of your design. And so that's what the focus of this project is going to be today. A couple examples you can see right here. Each of these font choices in these examples, this comes from the Linked Design Principles presentation that comes from a Canva blog post. You can see really enhances the overall feel and tone of the magazine spreads as they are in this case. A couple sort of technical things to note is that leading is the amount of space in between lines. And so this is sort of normal leading. This is where it's too tight. This is too loose. And there's another term that I don't have a picture of, but we'll look at it in the project, is tracking. That's the amount of space in between the letters in the word. All right, so the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go into go around your home and go into your pantry, go into your cabinets, your closets. I'd like you to find a picture of a consumer packaged good, a CPG, and I want you to take a picture of it. So here I have a box of Cheerios. What we're going to do is we're going to redesign the Cheerios word mark right here. And a word mark is sort of like a logo that is just comprised of, text and colors. If we're thinking about design principles, this is really a typographic focused design project. The next step is going to be to visit the link in Google Classroom to add the ColorZilla Chrome extension. What this will do is add a little color picker to your Chrome web browser so you can find out the exact hexadecimal code of the color that you have selected. Once you have added that Chrome extension, do a Google image search for your package, and what you're going to do is you're going to click on the ColorZilla extension, pick color from page, and get this little crosshair, and you can see that the yellow of the cereal box is not just any old yellow, but it's F7D, and you can see that there's a little bit of variation here because this is a photograph, this isn't a digital picture, but it's all pretty darn close right here. So it's F7D 900 is going to be the shade of yellow or the hue of yellow that we are selecting. Then what we're going to do is go to Pixlr, and we're going to use an Instagram-sized project, and we're going to call this Wordmark. We'll click Create, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my foreground color, and then I'll copy and paste in that hexadecimal code, and I'm going to use my paint bucket in order to fill in that background layer. All right, so you can see that we have sort of the background of the Cheerios logo in this case. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a type or text layer, and I'm going to write in the word Cheerios, and I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to match the color. I used the color dropper earlier. I know this is actually black. So you can see the beginning of this product. Now I'm going to stretch out the text box so that it's the full width of our document right here. And I'm also going to use my move tool to center it vertically and horizontally like so. You can see with the type tool under settings right here, I can make sure that my text is centered. So I don't want it right aligned, left aligned. I want it exactly centered, so I know that this word is going to be exactly in the middle. So if I increase the font size because it's centered horizontally, this stays centered, but notice that this resize is sort of top down, and so I'm going to have to slide this back up to find the vertical position of the centering. So the next thing that I want you to do is I want you to use the font choice in order to find a new font that you think enhances the word mark, but try to keep with the tone and feel of the package. And so I have already done this, so I'm going to skip on down to my fonts in the letter P's, and there's one that I liked. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It's Pandora. All right, I got it. Okay, so the reason that I chose this one is because if you look at the original Cheerios logo, it has serifs right here, and I think a lot of times serifs are anti-modern. They're a little bit antiquated. Now these serifs aren't super extreme, but I thought that we could sort of modernize this logo a little bit by finding a font that was sans serif, but I thought that was sort of playful with these little curls right here on the I, on the H right there. The S has sort of this sort of tight curl right here. I thought it was sort of fun and modern, and I sort of liked it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to increase my font size so that it fits the scene a little bit better. Every font is variably sized, so this is going to be specific to whatever font you choose, but I happen to know that 220 is going to work for me. And then I'm also going to adjust the tracking. So my letter spacing, I'm just going to space these out a little bit just to let each letter breathe a little bit. So I'm setting it to 10, and then I'm just going to make sure that I reposition this vertically like so, and click off of it, and that is my new Cheerios word mark. So what you're going to do is go and find some sort of consumer goods package, and you are going to redesign the Wordmark logo following the same steps. So take a picture of it and you upload that so we know what it is, and then go to Google image search so that you can use ColorZilla to find the exact hues to use in the coloring. So don't change the colors, just change the typographic elements, and then reimagine it and try to capture the spirit and tone and feel of the packaged good. And then go ahead and submit that to Google Classroom as a JPEG. Remember, in Pixlr, you can go to File and you can go to Save, and you can save it as a JPEG. That's it.